Hello and welcome to Castival. This is the podcast which brings on brilliant guests to pitch their dream music festival. My name's Matt Hoss and I'm the host, and I'm here to guide you around their festival. Today's guest is an award-winning stand-up comedian, a marvellous nerd, and the card ninja himself. It's Javier Jarquin. Hello!
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, thank you. How are you today?
That's good. I like how you built up that intro there. That sounded... I heard the intro. I was like, shit, am I on today? Is that me?
Well, actually, it was a script for someone else, but like we just got
Fair
you in
enough.
last minute. Like,
Fair enough.
No, but you are that awesome. You're fantastic. I love chatting to you, Hav, because like you, we did know each other a little bit beforehand. I knew Gary a lot back in the day, but we got to know each other a lot during the pandemic as well. It's been a real treat, right?
Yeah. Oh, online. We weren't breaking any rules. We got to know each other online.
No, we've been going to lots of those marches and demonstrations. BFFs, buddy.
Yes. When will the government just step up? Bullshit. And when I say we met online, we met on Twitch, okay? Not like on some dodgy chat room in the corner of the internet.
Well, you know what? You've absolutely just stomped on the flames of our friendship there. You were very quick to analyse that. But just to clarify these things, let our love blossom, Have.
Yeah. In the legitimate garden. In the legal, legitimate allotment allocated to us at our time slots.
I feel like I'm a whistleblower and you're a politician trying to save face.
I'm just kind of doing the cut signal underneath for the producers. Get him off!
But yeah, well, it's a real treat to have you here, mate. And
Well, thank you for having me on. I'm already loving it.
let's start talking about music, because we're going to be talking about festivals and the kind of
yes.
music that you would like. But let's start off with the basics. If someone were to ask you, what kind of music are you into, how do you typically respond?
I tend to respond quite eclectically.
Oh, you know what? That's the word.
It is it's a word it's a coverall for like, I just like little bits of everything, and I don't. I don't know. I had a flatmate that was really into music, and he would be able to tell you like the genres and the subgenres and everything. And anytime I got asked, I'd just be like, I don't know, I kind of like this. I like a little bit of horrendous pop music. I like a little bit of indie stuff. I like a little bit of dance music. I like a little bit of just a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. Like if music is a buffet, I will take a little bit from each bit and put it on my plate.
That's a really lovely way to describe it. But this is like when people say eclectic, I want to kind of drill down in that. So, what would be the most polar opposites and the most extreme versions of your taste? Like, what are like the boundaries of that?
I've got a the full version of a Japanese anime intro on my on my playlist.
Yes.
It's the intro for Neon Genesis Evangelion, and
there we go.
So I love listening to it as the full version. And on the other end of the spectrum, I will love Pachelbel's Canon in D.
Yeah, nice.
The classical music, you know.
And when you're like writing or doing stuff, do you like listen to that kind of classical music as well? When do you listen to the classical stuff?
When did I listen to? My dad was really into classical music, super into classical music. He was, he'd be playing something, and I'd walk into the room, and I'd be like, Dad, he'd be like, whoa, listen to this, and I'd be like, Dad, the house is on fire. He'd be like, no, wait for the movement, wait for the movement. Here it comes. And he'd be like, name the composer. I'm like, Dad, Mum is dead. And he'd be like, no, it's German composer. Like, we're all dead now, Dad.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I got a bit of. I didn't get his love of classical music, but the appreciation of classical music, and just Canon and D was one of my favorites.
That's really sweet.
And also, Coolio used it as a sample in his I'll see you when I get there. And when that came out at school, I was able to tell everyone, this is Pachelbel's Canon and D, and everyone's like, shut up, Harv, no one likes you.
And you're on fire.
And you're on fire. And your mum is dead. Mum is fine, by the way. Mum is fine. She's just dead in this analogy, this story.
I'm going to say that's the most horrendous bullying I've ever heard in my life. Even for bullies, that's harsh.
Right?
Yeah.
The bullies in my head are horrendous.
Yeah, well, tell me all about it, man. Preaching to the choir. But do you play any instruments, Have?
I play guitar badly for fun.
That's nice. What kind of songs do you like playing?
I like taking any popular song and then turning it into a wanky acoustic cover.
Nice.
So I'll slow it down and just play the chords. Or I've learned how to play chords, and I've learned how to do like a little bit of finger picking, and that's enough like if I switch between chord and finger picking, it's enough to make me feel like I could be playing in the corner of a shitty cafe.
Yes, I love that a lot. Yeah.
You know, where the manager's like, you got 3 songs, Harv, and then you got to fuck off.
When have you ever been in a room during that? Because I remember when I went to Bristol one time. I was seeing my my current partner there. We were on a date, and it was quite in the winter, and the windows were kind of misted over, and we're like, oh, let's go in there. They've got music on. Let's have a nice chill time. And
Beautiful.
we went in there, and it's called I'm not sure if I should repeat the business, but it's called the Crafty Egg, which is already an interesting place to start with. And we went in, and we're the only people in there. And like it's like a cafe, but they sell booze, and it was just kind of like we had to stay there for the drink.
Crafty.
Now. And then crafty indeed, like crafty by name, crafty by nature. And then this guy was just playing songs, and he just kept on trying to do crowd stuff with us. And I was like,
oh no,
yeah, I know.
No. Dude, just put your blinders on and play the song.
Yeah, it's like, hello, Crafty Egg, how are we doing tonight? And like, please, I'm trying to have a conversation. I didn't realize this was it. It was very embarrassing, but you know, I'm a good audience.
You made that guy's day.
Yeah.
You made his day. He's going to come out of there going like, oh yeah, hot crowd tonight. Yeah, bro, did you feel that?
And that person was Bruce Springsteen. What? Oh my god.
I've been the boss. Thank you, Graffy. Good night.
But yeah, but have you ever been in those kind of awkward moments like that?
I've definitely been in shows, probably not so many musical, but more comedy shows where like, I think I'm the only one here, or like I'm very much part of a small audience. Like everyone is very aware of how little people there are.
Yeah.
It feels like a life raft. Like you can look around and you like, I know you can know exactly how many people are in the life raft.
And thanks for talking about my comedy show. I appreciate that. So
I did enjoy it, mate. I did enjoy it. I thought you smashed the shit out of it, life raft.
Yeah. Comedy's never been on a life raft before. We should do that. Like, next time,
Absolutely.
like a ship sinks, like, hello, welcome to the show.
Welcome. I don't think we're all going to make it to the end of this.
I'm going to die on stage, by which I mean I'm going to drown.
Tough crowd.
Anyway, before we move on to the next section, where you're going to pitch your music festival, have you been to many music festivals?
I haven't been to many music festivals. I am not a massive fan of mud. I'm not a massive fan of camping. So I love going to gigs. Mm-hmm. I love going to like day festival. It's the camping that I'm not a big fan of. It's the like. I'm a man of simple tastes and comfort, but I want my creature comforts. I want to come home to a shower and a bed and a proper running toilet. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Otherwise, I do love going to gigs.
So you like the gigs, but you don't like the staying overnight aspect.
I just want all the best bits and none of the other bits that I don't like.
Absolutely.
And now that I'm like pushing 40, I'm like, I've got to that point where I'm just like, I'm not going to do that. And if I don't want to do that, like the negatives outweigh the positives.
Yeah.
When you think about it, and that is growing old in a nutshell. You just focus on like, I don't want mud in my undies. I don't want to be picking mud out of my ass crack at 2 a.m. in the morning while I'm stuffy in a tent with someone that I don't want. Hearing someone coming on a come down at the tent next to me. I don't want that. I don't care how good Coldplay was that night, you know? I want to just go to sleep in my own bed and wake up and be able to go to the toilet in my own toilet and go to my fridge and get stuff I want. I'm very, very fussy in my old age, Matt. I'm so fussy.
Such a stick in the mud. Why won't you want to just like roll in the mud? You're such a lame-o. Oh my god.
Because I'm not on ketamine, Matt.
And that's your catchphrase, isn't it? I am Hamper and I'm not on ketamine.
I'm not on ketamine, Matt.
Well, that could be the name of your festival, but let's go and find out more as we go and set up camp and figure out the admin of your festival.
Oh, yes.
Hello and welcome to Season 4 of Castival. What a delight it is to have you back here. If you'd like to help support the podcast, because this is an ad-free podcast, there's many ways you can do that. You can follow me at Matt House Comedy on the social medias like Instagram and Twitter, and watch me do live performances on Twitch. I'm still doing Twitch throughout the summers and from 2021 onwards, so please do follow me there. please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Matt House Comedy. If you'd like to, you can also read my book, available from my website, www.matthousecomedy.com. It's called Purify. On top of that, make sure to join the Patreon, where there's extra bonus content every single week. If you like my streams, there's some stuff there. And if you wanted to help the podcast specifically, make sure to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or whichever podcast provider that you use. And do share with friends. Other than that, enjoy this very special episode of Castival. Castival, if you can hear me, I want you to sing along. Go for it. One more time. You got it. Do you know what the name of your festival could be?
I was trying to combine names of great festivals like Live Aid and like Woodstock, but then I've just got Livestock. And that's just...
Livestock! It's a cattle market.
Livestock, just like bring out the cows. And like, plenty of Moo Town. Oh God, please edit that out. Edit that out.
I'm going to send that to your agents. And
I will actually murder you.
Oh no.
No, name of my festival is going to be Javen. Because my name's Javier, it's going to be like having a great time.
Yeah. Oh, it's I thought you were trying to say heaven, but having a great time. Yeah.
Heaven.
Yeah.
That's
good.
You've torn me now.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's having having a good time.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. That's good. You know what? We'll kind of treat this as like a marketing meeting. We're bouncing ideas. So we're in the room and we're just like, Haven. Yes. Take that to print. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And someone knocks out a good slogan.
The slogan is, I'm not on ketamine, Matt. That's
brackets. I'm not on ketamine, Matt.
Yeah, just your face being angry and just.
That's on every t-shirt.
Yeah.
Those are the t-shirts.
And that's mandatory. That's you have to do that, or else you're not allowed in. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So whereabouts geographically would you like a festival?
Oh shit! I hadn't even thought about that. The geography of it. Oh shit! New Zealand, of course. In New Zealand.
And whereabouts in New Zealand, if you had to pick?
It will be in the plains of Canterbury. There's lots of fields out there, beautiful weather, kind of close to the mountains, or close to the sea. You're kind of close to both in New Zealand. I hadn't even thought about geographically. Oh, Matt, you're making me all homesick.
Oh, bless. Well, you know what? I don't think we've had anyone pick New Zealand before, and I think that is a untapped market for sure. I definitely, again, this is a marketing meeting. I do take this very seriously.
Yeah, we're doing it. It's going to be a stone's throw from the Lord of the Rings set.
Oh my God!
So that's kind of like the chill out zone.
Oh
it's Hobbiton, the Shire.
That's so good. I would love that so much. I love music festivals, but if you're like, right, we've got a music festival in New Zealand, great, but it's also near Hobbiton. Holy shit, I'm gonna I would explode. You're getting both my niches quite well overloaded me. It's gonna be great. And explode with happiness. That sounds great.
That's what I want everyone to do, and I want all the people that are really, really high to turn up on the set and stumble across the props that that were there for Gandalf, and they're like, dude, I'm fucking massive.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sounds fantastic. Would you trust a lot of drunk and drug-addled people around Hobbiton? It might be
of course not. Hobbiton will be trashed by the end of it. It will, but what a way to go. Yeah. What a way to go.
Someone set off all the fireworks. Run, it's a big dragon again. Oh, God.
Exactly. Look, the tours have been drying up. Lord of the Rings happened a long time ago now. Let's just give it a good old send-off.
Yeah.
You had your time.
Get wrecked in Hobbiton. That's
right.
Now, that actually would sell to me. There's no finer dream, a more pure dream than getting...
One festival to rule them all.
Yeah, so... tell you what, this... This is a really good pitch so far. I'm on a really good take. So, without revealing the lineup, how much would you charge per ticket in your festival?
Oh shit! You know what? This is very I've done zero adding up of admin, of logistics, of economies of scale on this sort of thing. I don't even know how long the festival is. What's a festival? What's a ticket to Glastonbury?
Ticket to Glastonbury is typically around 250 these days for a 3-day weekend.
Mine will be £249. I'm going to undercut them.
Yeah. I mean, the prices to the festival might be a bit more, but yeah, you know what? I think that's fair. I think undercut that bloody capitalist Evis.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's take him down a peg.
Yeah. And once I'm selling mine for $249, and they're selling theirs at $250, it'll be Glastonbury for them.
Oh,
it's curtains. Send that to my agent. Fucking hell, I'm just banging them out here, mate. Stop recording. Send it to my agent. I'm about to be on telly.
Yeah, famously, the way to get to telly, Lively Apollo definitely listens to all of this podcast by Matt Horse, for sure. That's the only reason I do it. It's just waiting for the phone call, Have.
This podcast is a metal detector on the beach, and we've just struck gold, mate. Start digging. Throwing you a shovel.
I tell you what, I've been digging for a long time, my friend. I ain't found nothing yet.
Welcome to my new special. Keep digging.
So, when you're at your festival, and in general, are you quite someone who is quite fixated with? Are you quite good with logistics? Are you quite there for the fun? What kind of role?
I'm there for the fun. Yeah. I'm terrible at logistics, but I'm good at kind of trying to create an itinerary for the fun.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think I'm good at scheduling. Like, I want to do this, and then I want to do that, and then I want to do this, and
Yeah. So you kind of like, you're not. You don't want to be the admin, but you do want to enjoy the fun, but you do it in a very efficient manner. Like, you're like
a little bit Monica. Like, the fun is maximized when we organize the fun.
Oh yes.
We plan out the day.
Absolutely.
Like I can't be. I'm not good with being with people just like, oh, we'll just hang out here and then we'll just stumble across things, especially at a festival or something like that, because there's a program and like there's things you want to see and things you want to do. And if you hang out with people that are just like, oh, we'll just kind of go with the flow and enjoy it, man. I'm like, well, then we'll miss out on the fucking pie eating contest or whatever.
In Hobbiton.
In Hobbiton.
You're in Bilbo's pantry. No.
At one point, do we talk about food at all for the festival?
Well, let's talk about it now. What kind of things would you like at your festival?
The stalls we're going to have, there's New Zealand reminded me of this, in my hometown, Christchurch. There's a German bratwurst seller called Fritz's Wiener, and I'm not making this up. Yeah. It's called Fritz's Wiener, and they sell spicy bratwursts and amazing bread, and you put the hot English mustard on it. That's a stall for the food. At night, there's Mexican. There's going to be a Mexican kind of like stalls all around, good burritos, quesadillas, all that sort of shit. And then like the big old barbecue fire pit. I want a big one of those. That
sounds so lovely. Yeah, it sounds very romantic for sure. Like, I love the food at festival stays with you as well, because like you're buying a moment. If you know what I mean. Like, it sounds a bit wanky when you say that, but like you remember those things as well with the people you eat it with as well. It's a good time for sure.
Oh yeah, I will never forget those strangers off their tits. ate my chips like seagulls. Also, we're going to subsidize the food sellers, so they give you big portions. I hate it when you go to a food stall and like you get it, and like they give it to you. You just look at them in the eye, like, is that it, mate? Is that it? Is that it? Did I just pay £7 for that? Are you fucking kidding me?
And it definitely, that's an issue that's got worse for sure as well. Like back in the day, you would still pay a lot for it, but it would be a bit cheaper. But now it's like £7 for like a burger. It's like, oh wait, mate, it's but then again, they're paying a lot to be there as well. So it's kind of like you understand why they do it, but yeah, it's
we will subsidize them and just be like, look, everyone gets a massive portion, okay? I want people to look at you like strangely about the amount of food you're giving them, each person. Okay, that's what I want.
Yeah, it's not, you don't put a certain portion size on the plate. You just do it until they're freaked out. Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Slopping the gruel on.
Exactly. Okay, you just keep slopping it on until you see the whites of their eyes just go, what is he doing? And that's when you hand it over to them.
Bon appetit, motherfucker.
Get that down your pie hole. Oh, God.
Not the pie hole, because the pie eating contest is at 2:00. Do be mindful of that.
Exactly. Keep that free.
Right, without further ado, let's head over to the main part of your festival, and let's have a look at which artists you'll be bringing on for us today.
About to drop some acid like I know I should, but I just remember that I left it in the club. I don't know how I'll get my high. I take a look around and know I sigh, but then my salvation, it comes through, cause I'm inhaling pure O2, cause I'm going into the Oxygen 10. Cause I'm going into the Oxygen 10, yeah. That's actually quite disappointing.
So how many days of the festival do you have in your mind?
It's going to be a 2-night festival.
Nice.
How much is Glastonbury? Is that 2 or 3 nights?
That's actually about, technically it's like 5 nights, but 3
We are
nights.
doing 6 nights.
We'll be here all day, mate. Oh no.
No, mine was going to be a 2-night festival.
But
Really?
but
now
it's,
the ticket price is all fucked.
no, it's with Glastonbury. It is like 6 days, but what you're doing is you're concentrating to you're putting all that content into 2 single days. So really,
Yes.
if anything, you're maximizing time. You're
That's right.
You're streamlining the event. That's what you are.
That's right, guys. I'm reducing the carbon footprint on everything. We're just going to concentrate it down. Okay, 2 days. You're not even going to know what hit you.
Absolutely.
Not even going to know.
Famously, Glastonbury is so so bad for the carbon footprint. Are we starting with Saturday or are you starting with Friday? Which day would you probably start with?
Starting with the Friday.
Okay.
Everyone loves a Friday.
So with Friday, who is the first act on of your lineup? Who would you pick to kind of open up your whole festival?
Open up the whole festival? Foo Fighters.
Oh, whoa!
We're going hard. We're going in hard.
Wow.
We're slapping people in the face. We're slapping people like, hello, welcome to having a good time. You will have a good time starting now. Because that's the
Whoa.
motherfucking Foo Fighters on stage.
Because that is an early and a big, that's a big first step, right? Because that is, Foo Fighters are typically known for a headlining, but to open up, that is, I'm going to say that's bold. It's a cool decision as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
why did...
I've suddenly now thought of like 6 other bands, and I was like, maybe they could have been better to open, but no, I'm sticking with Foo Fighters now.
No, good on
That's
you,
what
mate.
we're going with. That's
Yeah,
what we're going
absolutely. So Foo Fighters, why do you think they are the best way to start off your festival? What do they...
You can't not enjoy Foo Fighters. Like you hear it and you just start moving. You just can't. You know. By the way, it's all just everyone's moshing together because this festival is also good because everyone's like it's after COVID restrictions have lifted and COVID is dead. And this festival is set in 2030 when COVID is dead and gone, and we've actually immunized everyone. We've created a super vaccine, and everyone is. You could just lick a stranger's asshole without any problems. You could just do that, and it's actually the way we greet people in the future. All right. After the disease wars have been claimed by humanity, all right, and all diseases are gone, the way to meet humans in 2030 is to just lick their assholes, okay?
Hold on 1 second. Let's pause this for 1 second. You, less than 10 minutes ago, was like, oh, I don't like camping because I don't like the mud. And now you're like, let's lick strangers' assholes. Let's go for it, buddy.
I've just, you know what? It's just, mud is dirty, but a stranger's asshole is it's clean. It's clean. It's clean. You know what? It's fine because it's been licked every day by strangers.
I mean, I understand your point, and you're not wrong. But I'm just saying there is a definite discrepancy in logic there. But that's fine. Hey, you can lick my asshole anytime.
Yeah, in 2030 I'll be all over it, mate. Wait for the super vaccine. You have no idea how the super vaccine changes humanity. Wow. It really does. Okay, maybe licking the asshole is maybe not. It's maybe not the first thing you do. Licking in the asshole is what you consider when you giving someone a hug.
Okay, you know how kissing with tongues is French kissing. What
Yeah.
what would kissing the asshole be? What would that be called?
That's a freedom wave.
Freedom.
That's a freedom wave. That's what we call it.
Okay.
It's like, you know what? I've had a good chat. I've just met you. I'm going to give you a freedom wave.
Okay. If there's any artists listening, please, dear listener, do us a pin badge of that of the freedom wave. Tastes like freedom.
Yeah.
All right.
So to answer your question, the Foo Fighters opening.
Yeah. So, have you seen Foo Fighters live before?
I have. I saw them in Auckland, New Zealand, and they were fucking incredible. They were like, I went to this concert completely sober, and it felt like I was actually levitating. It's just one of those gigs where it's like, this is amazing, and we're all going absolutely nuts. And the Foos did that thing. They probably do it in every single city they go to, but they were like, you guys are fucking loud. but they said it in a way that made us really think, like, even though you say this everywhere, I'm sure, like, we feel very special tonight.
Absolutely. And I think that's the important thing, right? Because like in comedy, there's always like like a suspension of disbelief. Like your rational brain's like, oh, you probably say it everywhere, but actually it doesn't matter in that moment, does it? Because he's putting the attention on you in that moment. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? So
maybe we were allowed, because New Zealanders are very, very appreciative that when anyone comes all the way to New Zealand, we know it's a long way away, and we like realize that most of your band probably won't make it.
Absolutely.
Just be like, this is our new drummer. Sam died on the journey. We're like, yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Died in a fire. It happens quite regularly in New Zealand. But
all the time, mate.
Do Foo Fighters, are they quite a good emblem for your festival? Are they quite like the typical kind of the vibe of the festival?
I mean, again, I have a eclectic music mix. The festival's going to have eclectic feels about it. We're gonna move you. We're gonna shake you. The first act is just going to make you. It's just here to punch you in the face.
Yeah,
right? You get a Foo punch in the face, and then we're going to change things up.
Let's go for it.
So they are not the indicative of the whole festival. They're just there to like start you off with like a. If you walked into a party and someone has got like shots on a tray, and you're like, fuck, straight away, and you're like, okay, you have one of those, but then you're not going to be doing shots all night. That's crazy. You'll burn out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. So after we've taken our shot of tequila, what are we following? What are we chasing that with?
Ooh, I mean, I kind of wanted them to headline, but that night. But I think it's right to maybe take them after Foo Fighters. We're going to be hit with some Beastie Boys.
Yes, hello. I love Beastie Boys. They are so
Beastie
good.
Boys.
Like have you read the audio? Read the book, the Beastie Boy book? Because it's like the best thing in the world.
What? The Beastie Boys book?
Yeah, it's like the autobiography of them. And
no, I have not.
And it's very moving. It's very, very funny. It's very beautiful. I would recommend it to anyone, even if you don't like Beastie Boys. Check it out. It's fun. It's fundamentally just.
You must send me a link to this.
I will do. Absolutely. But yeah, Beastie Boys, like they are, I say, worthy of headlining, but also, great follow-up to Foo Fighters as well. Like I feel that they're going to bring the party. And what is it about Beastie Boys that you like?
I just love they are bombastic.
Mm-hmm.
They just burst onto every track they do. They're slick. They're cool. They're hip hop artists. They're rock artists. They're funk artists. Everyone knows them as rappers, but you listen to their earlier stuff and they do amazing instrumental kind of funk beats. Great rock songs like Sabotage is a great rock song, and they do a bunch of other things like that.
And they're just really highly talented as well, because
incredibly highly talented. Because
from album 3 onwards, they very much played most of their own instruments, and even in the second album, Paul's Boutique, they did a masterpiece of sampling. They sampled so many things on that album, and it's pretty much all, apart from a few drum beats, is all sampled, and it's fantastic. It's like and also done in the 80s, so like they had to like record things. Like it was like an archivist dig, if you know what I mean. It was genuinely so. If you didn't know about it, you wouldn't see how wonderful and how hard work that was. You know what I mean?
What I love about the Beastie Boys is they're not afraid to reinvent themselves. Like they famously hate "Fight for Your Right to Party." Like that was like one of their early things, and they were like, you know what? They did this first album, and then they went, you know what? We don't want to make this music. Yeah. We felt it was very, we got the producers got in the way a lot, and then they bring out Paul's Boutique, the second album, and they're like, this is what we want to do now. And they lost a lot of fans, but they gained the ones that were going to stay with them for the rest of their career.
Absolutely.
And that's very, 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 very brave to do as an artist. Once you've broken through into something like that, as I can only imagine, I'm not speaking from experience, they change things up. And that's very, very brave for a band to do.
And do you think that's important in, speaking as an artist yourself, do you think it's important to change things up, or is it better to stay in the lane of which you're
Speaking as a man that's used some jokes for close to a decade now, I think you pick and choose your battles. And it's good to maybe have things percolating away in the lab, but also there is, there's some, you can keep working on new songs, but there's going to be some songs out there that people are like, play this one.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, Beastie Boys are definitely going to bring the party for sure, and it's
yes.
a great atmosphere. You're bringing all the headliners. That's great. You know, I like it a lot. And
I told you, mate, we're concentrating a 6-day festival into 2 days.
absolutely, screw you, Glastonbury.
I told you, you're not going to know what hit you. You're going to come out frazzled.
I feel frazzled already. This is just so lovely and intense. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
When did you start listening to Beastie Boys? When was that the first genesis?
I
of that?
always liked Beastie Boys, but I particularly started getting more into them when my first job, I was a software programmer, and the guy that had left all his music on the hard drive of the computer I was working on.
No
and
way.
He had all the Beastie Boys albums, so I would just put on a Beastie Boys album while I was working, and before I knew it, I'd kind of gone through their back catalogue, and I was like, oh my god, because I never listened to the early stuff really.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so suddenly I'm listening to the entirety of like Paul's Boutique and Ill Communication, all the way through, and Hello Nasty, and just loved it. Really loved it. And the funny thing about Beastie Boys is they're one of my favorite bands. And normally I'm quite a stickler for learning people's lyrics. I never did with the Beastie Boys.
Yes.
I never did.
Yeah.
I actually don't know their lyrics off by heart, which is funny because I do just tend to hear lyrics, or you see them written down and remember them, but I've never done that with Beastie Boys, and I think that's just because I really just enjoy their music.
Absolutely, and like there's for me there's certain lines in Beastie Boys which I remember, I think it's What You Want. It's like I'm a cool as a cucumber dipped in hot sauce. Don't know the next line, but like
I'm cool as a cucumber
dipped in hot sauce.
Yeah, it's funny. Like only the Beastie Boys can come away with this, like the lamest raps, the lamest rhymes. Be like, yeah, in your face, motherfucker. And I love that the video for So What You Want is they are parodying other rappers that would be like walking down the street into the camera.
Yeah.
And they said, let's do it in the woods.
Yeah.
And wear like lumberjack shirts and stuff.
Yeah, and like there's so many of that, and that's another thing we don't talk about as much. But like music videos, like Beastie Boys were masters of that, and MCA.
Hello, children. There used to be things called music videos, and this is what we would grow up with and watch, and this is how we would get new singles released to us, and they were a thing of beauty.
And like MCA would adopt his alter ego and direct under that name, and he was so good at it. Like he was so fantastic.
What was it? That's Horatio Hornblower? While you're looking that up, the other thing I love about MCA is, again, he's not afraid to change up. He apologizes for earlier lyrics in his later songs.
Absolutely, I think
like in Sure Shot, he apologizes for things he said in the first album against Woman.
Yeah. Because absolutely, and I love that. I use Sure Shot as the prime example as well, because it's very moving as well.
And more of that, please. Like normalize going like, you know what, I've changed. I did things in my past that, you know, I've changed my views. I've changed my attitude. And here's me publicly saying I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm moving on.
Absolutely, and I think that is I do think that is really, really important as well. I think it's I love the fact that we have it's a very mature response, isn't it? And to be like because you can't get rid of that past, can you? You can't, especially when you publicize it. And to be fair to the Beastie Boys, who were kind of acting like meatheads at that time, do you know what I mean? They were parodying meatheads, but then became meatheads themselves. Do you know what I mean? So that was essentially what happened. And they kind of were very sexist and violent, and the fact that you can mature and you can't change the past, but you can change your outlook for the future. You don't have to lean into it whatsoever. And as you said earlier, they reinvented themselves not only musically but morally too. And I think that's really cool.
You've summed that up very eloquently and very succinctly, Matt.
Thank you very much, Live at the Apollo. I'll see you next week, mate.
Please welcome this succinct comedian.
I am a succinct comedian, thank you. I'm not the best one, but I am a succinct one. Also, just to clarify, I think it was Nathaniel Hornblower. That was the name.
Nathaniel Hornblower.
That was it, I think.
There you go.
So it's do check that out as well. Very, very cool. Great. So Foo Fighters, Beastie Boys. I don't know who you're going to follow with Beastie Boys, but who you got next? Is this
there's going to be some short sets now. There's going to be some short sets now from the Hives and the Donners.
Nice. And I think they'll be really nice. Quite upbeat festival, isn't it? So a lot of a lot of gut up and go. I like that a lot.
We're going to hit you hard on the Friday, and then Saturday we're going to chill you out a little bit, and then lead up into some greatness on Saturday night.
So you have the Hives, the Donners, and have you got the headline after that?
Oh yeah, the headliners are going to be. It's going to be kind of like a collaboration between Chemical Brothers and Prodigy.
Whoa, yes, hello.
So they're gonna almost kind of be like both of them on the stage, and like it's gonna start off like one will do a song and then throw it to the other one, and then they'll do a song, and then they'll do, so they're kind of like one-upping each other. Like anything you can do, I can do better. As they go through their hits, and then it mishmatches as they come together into a crescendo of creativity live on stage, almost like Prodigy, Chemical Brothers jazz. And the whole crowd just goes, "This is amazing!" And like you look at your friend, and his face is actually literally melted off. From
Like
the
in
sheer
Raiders of the
awesomeness.
Lost Ark.
Yeah, like he's just Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's just died happy. He's just mush on the floor, but like the mush is still vibrating with the music, and you can tell it's having a good time. Don't worry, he'll be fine tomorrow, just cartoon styles. But in that moment, he is mush on the floor.
Wow, that is such a nice collaboration, right? Because like you can see that kind of being quite an authentic and awesome thing, right? Like having Prodigy vibe of Chemical Brothers and vice versa to kind of mesh into this kind of, I say, collaboration. Wow, that you would never forget that night, right? Unless you're on ketamine, and then
that's right. And it's gonna be, you can never explain it to anyone else. Like anytime you go to explain it to someone, you just be like, you would lose all English language. You just would just the memory would make your brain melt. So anyone who wasn't there just could never. And if they tried to televise it, the cameras would just melt from the awesomeness. Like there's no recorded footage or documentation of this anywhere. It's just all word of mouth.
Absolutely.
You were there or you weren't.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's like the Bermuda Triangle, but for like
it really is.
Culture.
It really is. Yeah. And then Amelia Earhart came out. And it was amazing.
And people are like, that didn't happen. You're full of
You
shit.
weren't there, man. You weren't fucking there.
Like it's a war zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I think that's fantastic. Yeah, and let's head over to your Saturday night, to your Saturday. But before we get into that, what is the nightlife like at your festival?
The nightlife? It's safe. First off and foremost, it's safe. Everyone feels very safe.
Cool.
We've got extra security. I don't want any creepy, dodgy motherfuckers at this festival.
Yeah.
I know sometimes they provide good stories, but I want everyone at this festival just not to be creeped out by that guy.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So that guy's out. All right. The nightlife it's great. It's chilled. Lots of food. There's lots of food. There's blankets. There's a chill out zone. So after the headliner's been on, there's a chill out zone where there's like lots of bean bags around Hobbiton, and you can watch. They just play the best bits of. They play a lot of Jackie Chan fights. That's what everyone chills out to, just like Jackie Chan's best fights.
When I said nightlife, I was kind of thinking like, are you gonna go for all night raves? We've ended up with pizza and Jackie Chan.
No,
the best.
No, we're tired now. We are tired. I want everyone well rested for Saturday. I don't care if you can go all night. You go rest now, because there's a big day coming to slap you in the face tomorrow.
You know what? Earlier, I was kind of thinking, it's going to get quite, getting a bit leery tonight in Hobbiton, but actually, your parents' side just come out and be like, right, get to bed.
Absolutely. Get to bed. You've just seen the Prodigy and Chemical Brothers. What more do you want, you greedy fucker? What more do you want? You've just seen the Beastie Boys, Foo Fighters, the HIves, the Donnas, and a collaboration of go to bed and let your brain process this.
And if you want, I'll read you a bedtime story, but that is it. That's absolutely it, okay?
Yes. After the Jackie Chan fights, when it's going to be absolutely lights out, Richard E. Grant will come out and read a bedtime story.
Oh my god, that's good. That's very good. And so we wake up rested and with Richard E. Grant in our ears.
Yeah, and in the morning, there is a yoga class programmed, but no one turns up to it.
Funnily enough, in 2021, I was actually, my first gig back, I was booked to do a festival, all safe and social distance, but there was people doing yoga like all day, and I was like, when I saw the program, I was like, I might do that. I never fucking did. I never did it.
Look, the yoga class there is only to make people feel good. Like, we might wake up and do some yoga, all right? But then we woke up and like, we're not going to do it, and it's fine. It's fine.
Absolutely.
It only exists there to give people the I thought about doing something good, and that's sometimes all you need.
Absolutely. So with yoga, but no one turns up, followed by who's the first musical act for the day?
Who's the first musical act on the Saturday on your chill out? It's the Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, now that is a lovely way to start off, because it's maybe not too much. It's a good rock band, but also it's very accessible. People will
Yes.
know at least a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
of songs, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I love it. Bare Naked Ladies, again, was one of the albums on the dude's work computer, on my work computer that the dude left behind.
It's the entirety of your musical knowledge based off that kind of hard drive left behind.
Yeah, the guy that left, he's gonna love the shit out of this festival. Let me tell you.
And that guy was Bruce Springsteen playing Crafty Egg.
It was one of the albums on the hard drive, but also I loved Bare Naked Ladies through some improviser friends that I made.
Yes, tell us about that.
I used to do improv back in New Zealand. I joined a professional troupe. There's the Court Theatre in New Zealand, and they have an improv troupe called the Court Jesters. And we would do late night improv shows on Friday and Saturday nights. And it was quite cool because we got to play on the sets. So they'd have a set for the play, and like the play would change every month, so they have a different set. And they do the play, and then afterwards, so they do the play about 8 o'clock, and then about 10 o'clock, we'd come on and do an improv show on that set, and it like changed the way we played, everything, and it was great. So I did that from 2003 to when we left in 2010.
Oh, brill. And so Bare Naked Ladies was the association of that in some capacity?
There was some friends in there that introduced me to Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
Like more than the hits, like, you know, everyone knew One Week and Pinch Me and everything, but hearing their earlier stuff, I got to love their songs.
And so when you do a deep dive like that, how do you react? Because, like, are you kind of the person that has to, like, kind of sit down and listen to everything, or do you kind of take it over time? How do you kind of engage with music in that way?
With things like that, if I can engage with them like kind of passively, like put them on in the background while I'm doing something else, then I'll probably come to love them. Like sitting down and going, I will listen to this album is not great for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm a bit of a mixture too. Because, like, if it's something I really want to sit down and listen to, I need to kind of like have that time for that. But also, like, as I get older, I'm like, I can't just sit down and listen to an album anymore, man. You know what I mean? Like, but I like how songs kind of come in the background, like a bit like Beastie Boys. Like I know all the sounds, but I just don't know all the words because I've had them on quite a lot. Do you know what I mean? So but I like, and Bare Naked Ladies are very chill. Well, not quite chill as in like chill the genre, but chill as in like good vibes. Like it's not too complicated. It's quite it's quite easy entertainment, right?
It's easy and it's fun. It's upbeat. It's good to kind of get you into the day again. You know.
I love that a lot. Great suggestion, and I've got all the time in the world for Bare Naked Ladies, but like in terms of that early stuff, and you might not be faux pas with the album names, but like, is there anyone that you would recommend or a place that you would recommend starting with Bare Naked Ladies?
Starting with, I mean, like if you listen to there's a compilation called Disc One, which is actually some of their greatest hits. That actually does have a lot of their early stuff on there, and it will have some of the the big hits on there and stuff, but like Disc One was a CD I came across later, and I was like, this has got a lot of the Bare Naked Lady songs that I loved. The best ones.
And also, I'm not sure if you feel the same, but like particularly when we do stand up, like having a CD for your car, do you know what I mean? Like the one that you put on repeatedly, it's like you feel like you have a lot of memories associated to that as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely changed with Spotify and like AUX links, but like, yeah, I still have those CDs in my car which I put on and feel I have that time with it. There's a CD by Dio called Holy Diver, and I listen to it every time I drive up to Glasgow to do a gig, and it kind of lasts about. There's an interview at the end as well, and it's like, I don't know why, it's like a ritual. Do you know what I mean? It's a nice.
There is something that's lost now with these days of playlists and Spotify and everything, but like we used to listen to entire CDs.
Yeah, for sure.
And you forget that albums were made to be listened to in this order, in a certain order.
Yeah, we do miss that out. But I think playlists as well, like compilation CDs don't really exist anymore because you just do it on Spotify. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
These are the days. These are the days.
But yeah, so after Bare Naked Ladies,
Bare Naked Ladies. Okay, Bare Naked Ladies is kind of playing around, early morning, kind of lunchtime-ish. Everyone's kind of emerging because you're very well rested, all right? And you're eating your nice food. You're eating your spicy bratwursts and everything. Okay, after Bare Naked Ladies, we are having Jagged Little Pill
nice.
by Alanis Morissette.
The whole album, right?
The whole album. Just going to sit down and play the whole album. in order because it's the best thing she ever did. And after that, I just didn't. I love Jagged Little Pill so much, like a child, and I do not like anything else she's really done.
Yeah, it's hard though, isn't it? Because like with Alanis, is like it's kind of like first name terms apparently, but like with Jagged Little Pill, like it's so perfect, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And the other stuff, there are some good hits, but I just didn't connect to it in the same way. And sometimes that happens with artists. Like I've been listening to a lot of like theory on Weezer and stuff like that. Good, so that kind of
Weezer, good band.
Yeah, let's stick them in. But the thing is, like they kind of their recent albums are quite like they're just nothing like what they used to have, because I think it captures a moment that time where you can connect to it as a young person. Do you know what I mean? Like so. But yeah, so Jagged Little Pill, all the time for Alanis Morissette.
Jagged Little Pill, that's right.
Let's take it through the rest of the day, if that's okay.
Yeah, the rest of the day? No, okay. I'm just like, we're going to pepper these in here, okay?
Yeah.
After Alanis Morissette, we are going to have a little bit of Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
We're going to have a little bit of Backstreet Boys. Yeah, I said it.
Yes.
I said it.
My God. That's a lot of fun.
And they're going to have kind of like a super collaboration with like some other boy bands are going to come in and just do like one song. But like in between the Backstreet Boys, they're going to be like, please welcome NSYNC. And then NSYNC will come out and do like bye, bye, bye. And then the Backstreet Boys go, okay, that's it, so NSYNC, fuck off. Right? And then, like, okay. You know,
fuck
like,
off.
Yeah. Then another boy band will come in, or like S Club 7. They will guest S Club 7, and S Club 7 will come out and play Reach for the Stars.
Yeah.
Yes, they will. And also 5 will come out. All right, but this is kind of like a concentrated set. All right.
Yeah. So it's like
I do love these.
A pop band palooza. Do you know what I mean?
A pop band palooza. All right, and after that, we are going to have a short set by Nickelback. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Matt. We're going to have a set by Nickelback.
For the first time ever on my podcast, I have no comment. Absolutely zero.
Nickelback will come out and people will fucking love it. Because you know what? They will know the songs. And deep down, they will say, you know what? I don't mind this song. And even if I reach a little deeper, I quite like this song.
Okay, right. Full disclosure, people listening. A couple of weeks ago, I was on HIves channel on Twitch, and there was a debate going on whether Nickelback were good musicians or not, and Hav stick to his guns and very much says he likes Nickelback. And in this podcast, I'm very much promoting of everyone's passions in whatever way that might be, with the exception of one band. Actually, genuinely though, to step away from a joke for a second, you know what? I think they do get a hard rep, and I don't think they're for me. But like, I just feel that sometimes
say it, Matt. You love them. Just say you love them. I know. I can feel it.
I love them. I love them. Okay, I love them.
Don't you feel liberated?
I've got Chad Kroger on my chest.
I feel like I've just baptized you. Like I'm just coming out of the water now. You're like, oh God. Oh
God! I've figured out who I am. I was just denying myself for too long. I have to accept who I am, a Nickelback fan. That's it. And well, I'm a true believer now.
That's right. I was in a Chad place there for a while, but I've come out.
They're really Krogering on me.
Send that to my agent. Send that to my agent.
Nickelback and Nickelback, aren't they? So
yeah, Nickelback and Nickelback. I mean, this is going to be like, and we'll introduce them like, please give this next band a chance. That's their intro. Please give this next band a chance.
And
please remain calm. Remain calm.
There's like riot police.
We've removed all the debris from the festival, so there's nothing you can throw at this band.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, you know how in Hunger Games, like there's like district polices, and it's like District 13. I kind of feel like people are like that kind of level. Like they're all revolting. It's like, no, stay in line. Nickelback are on.
That's right. And just like all the crowds in the Hunger Games of the poor districts, they stand there silently. That's how they start looking at Nickelback, just standing there like, oh my God. But then they get into it. Then they release, and like yourself, Matt, they become born again Nickelback fans. We are born again.
It's definitely a cult following for sure. But
yeah. Now we're ramping up into the evening. Okay, and to kind of get us into the evening. We get everyone ramped up because we've had a lot of like, accessible stuff, happy, hoppy, boy band stuff. Nickelback, which I know isn't everyone's cup of tea. Now, The Offspring come out.
Nice, hello.
The Offspring come out and get everyone ready to like go, remind everyone, it's Saturday night, we're getting crazy.
Yeah.
And The Offspring come out and everyone goes, ah! Oh my God, it's The Offspring. And they play all their hard shit. They play the hard shit, like, I know some of the latest stuff is like fun to sing along to sometimes, but they play their hard shit from the early albums.
Yeah.
Okay?
You gotta keep them separated. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All that
Nice.
shit. All that shit. Your headliners for the Saturday night are Queen.
Oh, hello. Absolutely.
Queen are the headliners.
I can't believe you had Queen and Nickelback on the same day. Like, absolutely. I
mean, how lucky for Queen, right? We're born again Nickelback fans, Matt. We're born again Nickelback fans.
I've never kicked off anyone from my podcast midway through before. So Queen are wrapping up, and I feel like Queen are the perfect festival headliner, and But what did Queen mean to you?
What did Queen mean to me? Queen mean the greatest frontman of a band ever.
Yeah.
Queen mean to me stadiums that I wish I could have been in to see them, even right at the back.
Yeah.
Queen mean to me like what I've used the word eclectic a lot. What an eclectic sound they had.
Mm-hmm.
Like all their hits sound so different. Like they went every which way. I mean, look at Bohemian Rhapsody. It's absolutely the audacity to even write that, to perform that, to have a piano solo in a rock ballad.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I think that's such an awesome way to wrap up your festival. But is there anything else you wanted to add in?
Oh, after Queen, because it's the last night of the festival, I will let people kind of go a little bit longer. There's not going to be no bedtime story. We're going to have we're going to have some like trashy techno. If you want to, you can stay up. I mean, you've just watched Queen. What more do you want, you greedy fuckers? But you can stay up if you want and listen to Sash.
Yes, nice.
I do love Sash, that 90s techno. Sash and Flatboy Slim will play through the night.
Nice, yeah.
If you want that, but you're going to be pretty wiped out.
Lovely stuff. Well, I think that's time to head to the final part of our podcast, and let's deal with some floor fillers.
Oh yeah.
As with event management, things are bound to go wrong, so here are a couple of hypothetical questions that Hav has to deal with in a manner that he sees fit. Oh no, Nickelback have cancelled last minute. Who do you get to replace them? Oh no.
What have you done here, mate?
It's not my fault.
Nickelback would cancel? Mate, they turned up a day early.
They're doing it for free. They're
doing it for free. Nickelback have cancelled. Okay, fair enough. They are getting replaced with Maroon 5.
Okay, we can deal with Maroon 5. Perfect stuff. I like that a lot.
But we don't tell them who they're replacing. Because then they'd walk.
Yeah, absolutely. So you understand? Do you understand? Okay, good. But I'm sad that Nickelback aren't there. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame indeed. Oh no, someone's running late and you need to fill for time, but fortunately, one of your favourite ever celebrities is willing to do a DJ set for you. They don't need to be a DJ, but which celebrity would you like to pick?
Elton John.
Oh,
yeah, I don't want him on the piano, I want him DJing.
Yes, that'd be sick. Yes. I like that a lot. That's great. And he would put on some absolute tunes as well, although I think he put a lot of his own stuff on.
Outfits as well.
Yes, oh my god. That'd be fun. I think that's great.
I think Elton John would also quite enjoy being up there going like, I'm just going to play you some of my favourite songs without actually playing my songs.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'd be interesting for sure. Your fans are in the mosh pits. They are crowd surfing, but they're also doing the Javier. What do you think that might be?
The Javier? The Javier is crowd surfing whilst eating something.
You're being quite foodie
with
in
both
this.
hands.
Yeah. Just eating a sub as you're being passed along.
But you've got one of each in each hand. So you've got like 2 hot dogs and like one's in each hand. Or like 2 crepes or something, you know?
The double
Or 2
barrels.
burritos. But you're crowd surfing, but you're more interested in the eating. It's almost like you're oblivious to crowd surfing.
As if it's happened by accident, for sure.
That is the Javier.
Brilliant stuff. Okay, so one of your acts have forgotten their equipment, but good news, they can do an acoustic set. Which artist, if you had to choose, would you make do an acoustic set?
Oh, that's a good one. Beastie Boys.
Oh,
Acoustic
whoa,
Beastie Boys.
holy moly. That would be intense.
Yeah.
You gotta fight for your right. Like that would be nice.
And I'd like to pass the mic. So what you want? Yeah, and when they start playing it, and like just without anyone saying anything, the whole crowd just slowly just sits down on the ground.
Yeah, and
to listen to them.
Throws their hands up in harmony. Lovely
Yeah.
stuff.
There's no mud on the ground either. There's no mud at this festival.
But you can lick each other's assholes.
All day long. All day long.
And, okay. Freddie Mercury acts like a diva to you. How do you get your revenge?
Let him be a diva to me. You could be a diva to me all night long, mate. How do I get revenge? I quickly chuck his already tight jeans in the dryer.
Oh my god,
making them super, super tight jeans. So he comes out there looking like he's got chopsticks for legs.
And the body mass of his legs go into his
Yeah,
upper
yeah.
torso. So he's just,
Yeah, he looks like a caricature out there.
And finally, your festival loves you, and they want you to sing one song at your festival. If you had to pick one song to join in, which song would you pick?
Fight Test by the Flaming Lips.
Wait, are they Flame Lips playing? Are they?
No, they're not. I wish I could have had them. But sorry, I've named the lineup now.
You come on during the Backstreet Boys and just be like, hello, let's do this song. Yeah, that can it'll work. It'll be good. Right, perfect. And that is the end of Floor Fillers, and that is the end of this episode.
Oh, mate, I've had such a good time. I've been filled with joy thinking about this festival that will never happen, but in my head, in my dreams.
It will happen. We're going to go over to Hobbiton and fuck shit up, for sure.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a real treat. And
Thank you for having me, Matt.
And where can people find you online, and would you like to plug anything?
You can find me on my Twitch channel, on all the socials, but my Twitch channel is This Javier. Find me on there, and that'll have links to everything else that I do.
Absolutely. And you do a lot of awesome projects, so yeah, please listen and do check that out. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. It's been really, really fun. And please make sure to support us by giving us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or whatever you listen to. They really do mean a lot, and they do spread the word, so please do that. On top of that, you can also follow Castle Podcast on Twitter, and also follow me at Matt House Comedy. But please join me in saying thank you one more time to our fantastic guest. It's Javier Jarquin. Thank you so much.
I'm not on ketamine, Matt.
Let me lick your bumhole.
Thanks so much, mate. Cheers, mate.